Hi, I'm Narra Cox, and I'm a ceramic artist. I'm a member of 14 South Artists, which is a great organization. Mostly I do what I call fun and functional stoneware pottery. Largely it's wheel thrown, but I also do some work with slabs and combine the two. I also love gardening, and so a lot of the inspiration for my pottery really comes from the garden. And that means both the vegetables that I grow as well as the flowers. One example of that are what I call leaf pots or leaf pottery, leaf plates and platters. So there are different sizes. And what intrigues me the most are the combination of the shapes of their leaves and the veins or the texture of leaves. I love doing these, and it's kind of seasonal because the leaves are only pickable at late spring, summer, and early fall. This is an example of one of my leaf platters, and this is made from a rhubarb leaf matched with clay. So I'll make a slab of clay, I'll go out to my garden and pick a rhubarb leaf that I think is particularly appropriate for this, bring it inside and press the rhubarb leaf into this piece of clay. I pull off the leaf then, form the clay a little bit differently, and then pull a handle or the stem that I put onto this leaf platter. Rhubarb leaves don't really, or stems rather, don't really look like this, but I think this looks graceful on this kind of a plate. So thank you. A lot of my pottery really is considered ceramic art, I would say, decorative pieces, and the leaves are that way. But in addition, they're functional. So for some of the larger platters, can serve appetizers or brownie bites or fruit pieces. And then the smaller leaf bowls really serve as trinket trays for jewelry or certainly anything else. Another thing I like about the combination or the connection between my garden and pottery is the sense of gathering. When I think of gardens, I love that concept of gathering the produce and then sharing it in some way. And so vases that I make, different sizes, different shapes, really seem like they connect to gardens and to the sense of gathering and sharing. I make all kinds of bowls, large bowls, small bowls, medium-sized bowls, and it's the same kind of thing. I think of salads, for example, the gathering that comes from picking pieces of lettuce and carrots and radishes and other greens, and then sharing them with family and friends at a big table. That really resonates with me. And now I'm really fortunate in that I have a home studio, and this is one of my happy places. I do the work in the basement and then bring it up to the garage when the pieces are what we call bone dry and fire them in a bisque kiln. That usually takes about 8 hours, and then after that process, I glaze the pieces by dipping them into 5-gallon buckets. And once they're dry from that, I drive out to Dodgeville to Adama Art Studios, and with a firing buddy, we load a big kiln, and that firing takes about 12 hours and goes to about 2,400 degrees. And then after that, we open the kiln door, and that's always such a surprise. Usually good, sometimes some unexpected surprises that we're not as happy with the results, but it's kind of a life lesson too, I think, in terms of what to do with expectations and to accept them and use them as a learning opportunity. So I'm going to be part of the regional art tour that 14 South Artists is sponsoring in September. I'll be at my home studio, and we'll have a guest artist with me. We'll be under a tent in the driveway and in the garage. I think it's going to be great fun, and I'd invite you to come by and check out Garden Harvest Pottery and also the work of many other artists that are part of this regional art tour. Thanks.